okay. No war, no instigation. I think at the end of the day, it's just not that deep. That is kind of like my takeaway. Because the same people who are permanently tied into thinking about the psychology of gacha games, the psychology of which company is better, Hoyo is the best company, whatever gacha game is the best company, they are the worst thing on earth. It's really not that deep the moment you have something more than gacha game in your life. You know, this doesn't just apply for like HS or Genshin, whatever, but like any game you play, right? Not even gacha, any game you play. The only rule for that game is you have fun. That's it. Right? The moment you stop having fun in the game, then there really is no amount of like quality of life, no amount of events, no amount of anything that you can do in your life that will make the game more fun for you. Because you're really tired of it, right? If you don't enjoy it anymore, then you move on. Sort of like how, you know, I've played like a lot of gacha games. No matter how many quality of life they add, like let's just say I play like Epic 7, I play like Archery Gear, I play like Battle Cat, Summoner's War, I play Dragalia Lost, holy shit, end of service, right? Any of these games, if I stop having fun, and then like no harm, no foul, nothing personal, it's just the real world. You know, it's just the real world. Paris, yo, not talking about yeah, but like the end of the day, it's not that deep. Do you like playing this game? Yes, okay, then enjoy, have fun. If you don't like playing this game, then you know it is what it is. You move on. Cause I feel like as a consumer, right? As a consumer, especially consumers who are not just permanently online, that like their life depends on the success of a game. Like if the game succeeds or if the game fails, they will use that as the dick measuring competition as to whether or not this game is good. Why you should play this game, why you shouldn't play this game, because this game is like, oh my god, it made $1 billion. Oh my god, look at all these quality, look at this devs listen. Like, honestly, it changes nothing. Because the bottom line is, if you don't enjoy it, then so what? Alright, if you don't enjoy it, then so what? Because you only have 24 hours in life. If you're not a content creator, you're just like, you're doing your 9 to 6, you come back home after getting scolded by your boss, you know, you have your dinner in the subway, or like because you're overworking, you're still in the office at 10 p.m. At the end of the day, you only have that few amount of time remaining to just try to enjoy what little entertainment you have in your life. Especially if you don't have a girlfriend or a wife or whatever, or like kids, or you're thinking about like actual real life problems. So like all these things, it's completely... Do you think the average consumer will even give a flying about like, there's listened? Do you think they will give a about like, okay, this company made $5 billion, this company made $10 It doesn't matter, because as long as they themselves like it, they'll continue to play it. So a lot of the problems that was like brought up here, I feel like it's not really just tied to Hoyo itself. It's pretty much like the dictionary for gacha games, right? They give you the same bait, they shower you with free pools. Pretty much every single gacha game I've played is the same. It's the same recipe. It's the same photo, right? They give you 1 billion free pools. You progress infinitely fast at the first like 1 or 2 months, and then you get a wall. You hit a wall, so you either start spending more time to invest your units, you watch guides, you build teams, you know, you try to min-max, you spend money to make that wall go away, right? Eventually, it will still go away, right? You give it some time, you know, maybe you can cook up better units, you can set up more pools, and eventually go away. But you can speed up this process by spending money. It's like the same recipe for every single gacha game, because there's no other way you progress in a gacha game, because it's not an MMO, right? It's not like Monsters Under Wilds. You don't really have any real skill level. You can't just E6 a League of Legends champion. You can just E6 a Great Sword, right? It's basically just the power and the size of your wallet. And if you don't want to spend a wallet, then you gotta spend the time. So it's the same strategy for every single gacha game. And there's a reason why it's like so successful, because like in the casual, or rather the current consumer market for like mobile games and all that stuff, it's like a lot of these units, alright, a lot of these like adults, paying adults, the biggest audience, I don't think they have time to grind like hours and hours and hours to min-max, to dodge counter, to negative edge, Kara cancel, Hunt, melding farm, decorations, charm farming, 1 million mastery points. Like a lot of these things, they just don't care. They just want to feel entertained when playing these gacha games, right? So, yeah, me personally, I don't really care about the events. I don't really care about the devs listen. I mean, it's good to have, but the bottom line is, the reason why I can still play HSR Go Live every day is more so because the end game is what's in it for me. Because every single time you bring up a new enemy, you bring up a new unit, a new team, all this kind of stuff, I gotta do it. Whether or not there's like, if I don't even play the events that much on stream, right? So it doesn't matter if there's like 1 event, 20 events, not really the meaning. Because the actual purpose of HSR, which is sort of like the Pokemon turn-based, the speed tuning, the team building, that is what really appeals to me, which is also why I kind of moved away from like Genshin and like WoW, all this kind of stuff, because instead of playing that, I could just play something like Monster Hunter Wilds for free 99. I have the time for it. I don't mind not spending $1 billion on a action RPG, because I don't mind spending that time to grind through the HR, get good at using the great sword, learn the monsters, and it's fine. And it's not like I hate Genshin or like I hate Wuthering Waves. It's just that I like the way these games make me feel in my limited amount of time I have that I can dedicate to entertainment, right? So I don't think this is me trying to instigate, but it is pretty meta, especially on YouTube now, to just farm hate for Hoyoverse. It doesn't really matter if you upload content that is related to the game, but it is meta itself to just say Hoyo equals bad, and then you get like a shit ton of views. It is simply the meta. So yeah, it is what it is. Like this game, right? For example, HSR, it could be made by Capcom, it could be made by Nintendo, it could be made by Kuro Games. Doesn't really matter. But because this game has Hoyo on it, it is meta AF to hate it. Right? The whole power creep and all that kind of stuff. It is just because it is the name is slapped on, you get like the hate plus 20. It's like the frenzy virus. You get the additional frenzy virus on top of it, right? Maybe it could have still been under some scrutiny because of the FOMO and everything, but it probably won't be as bad. It probably won't be as bad. Yeah. I mean, the good thing about this is, for me, right, I don't really need to even see that much anymore. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed. It's been a long ass time since we've had like the whole gacha tribalism stuff. And I learned that at the end of the day, you can't please people that are not playing the game to play the game. They are playing the game to start war on other games. I'm not sure you guys get what I'm saying. The purpose of them spending their time on whatever game it is not really to have fun, but just to, oh my god, look at this game. It is the best ever. Your game is absolute fucking garbage. And this whole thing just rinses and repeats. And it is kind of like the meta of like a specific group on YouTube. But I feel like at the end of the day, like the whole algorithm, like what do you guys see on your YouTube timeline and like the watch recommendations, it really just depends on what you prefer. So for example, right, my algorithm, it is a lot of like random stuff that is not even related to war or whatever. So because they recommend you based on things you actually watch. So I've been watching a lot of like Suits. I've been watching Invincible. I've been watching a shit ton of Monster About. And like, not a single pretty much I guess you could say war, because that's what you watch. So if your entire timeline is just like, oh my god, drama, war, drama, it might be a little bit of self-reflection, because that is what you probably want to watch yourself. Confirmation bias. Picora Life. Wait. Okay, the reason why there's a Picora Live is because I was watching her last night. Because bro was playing Monster Hunter Wilds. That is the only reason why this can remember. I don't usually watch Picora, but just last night, I saw one stream. Okay, look. This was the only stream I watched. Straight up. This was the only one stream I watched. I have not watched anything else. It's just that this thing got recommended because she was playing Monster Hunter Wilds. Then I just, okay, you know what? Let me just drop by. It's not me being embarrassed about it, but I just saw this one stream where she was okay. So you know, yep, I'm chilling. Watchers in incognito is crazy. Nope, it's not. On the flip side, it's also not good to see toxic positivity encouraging gacha games that have parity and gacha system. It's more sensitive for control. Yeah, absolutely. Toxic positivity, toxic negativity, like all these things, right? It all falls under the same umbrella of like whether or not you should hate or you should love. The purpose of these kind of videos is not actually tied to the gameplay. I think a very good example that this kind of illustrates is like when I watch Monster Hunter Wilds, right? Okay, maybe there are like Monster Hunter Wilds drama, right? Maybe, but all the stop. Okay, but all the Monster Hunter Wilds videos, they're actually videos that are tied to gameplay, right? Guides, actual guides, decoration farming, best HR progression. And I think these are what good things are. Whether or not there's like toxic positivity or negativity, Monster Hunter Wilds is the best game ever. I want to watch these kind of videos for me because it actually makes me focus on the gameplay. Because that's my objective. I want to get a really, really good HR. I want to learn how to be better at Great Sword. I want to learn what's the best way to farm decorations. So that's like my goal. If you have the intention of farming negativity or positivity, then it really goes beyond that. It is no longer that much about the gameplay anymore. It is just about whether or not you should love or hate this game. And my bottom line is, you don't need a player, a community, a content creator, or anyone to tell you whether or not you should love or play this game, or rather love or hate this game. Because the bottom line is still that original message, right? Do you enjoy this? Yes? Okay, fantastic. Here are the ways that you can make your time even more enjoyable playing the game. Do you not enjoy this? No? Okay, then, you know, there are a lot of other things out there in the world for you. So, yeah, I just think that life is just way too short to be too tight about these kind of things at this point. Sunk cost. Okay, to be fair though, sunk cost on gacha, it feels worse because there are money involved. But let's be real, sunk cost on a lot of these other games, they might just be bad, if not even worse. Because the trade-off for a gacha game is you spend money, right? You spend money and a little bit of your time. I would dare argue that for a gacha game, you probably don't spend that much time. Alright, you spend less time compared to, like, for example, you have a grinding league, you're grinding the challenger, you're grinding to like one level HR99, right? You spend a lot less time. Whereas for other games, there are also sunk costs. It's just that you don't really realize it because you don't actually spend money. But you probably would have poured like thousands and thousands and thousands. I think Brad Screaming have like what 5 billion hours on a Warframe or something. Those are technically also sunk costs. Because the time that you have spent playing those video games, you could have just used it to do something else. So, yep. League has way worse sunk costs. Okay, to be fair, League has both. It has like skins and time. And you spend like a way longer time, right? The cost was sunk the second you bought the Primo gems. Absolutely. Every Fender is not Sunshine and Rainbow, there's that. Yeah, there's gonna be drama everywhere. There's gonna be drama in every single I'm pretty sure there are also drama in like Monster Hunter, right? I think there was a huge drama back in Monster Hunter Worlds where they said the game was too easy. I remember this distinctively, by the way. Everybody was saying, oh my god, Worlds was so fucking easy. It was so fucking garbage, you know, everything was just too easy. Clutch Core was dog. And then Iceborne came out, and then everybody, oh, yo, my bad. So like, this kind of things will happen everywhere. But it really depends on what you as a viewer really want to watch for like your time on entertainment, right? Like, what's me as a guy that's playing Monster Hunter? If there was gonna be a WoW's drama, right? For example, right now, I think WoW's, there's some like PC optimization problems, right? It's unplayable for a lot of players. But for me, it doesn't really matter. Because I just want to know how can I get better at the game? How can I progress more efficiently? So, it's gonna be the same thing for all the content. It's like League as well, right? League. There's like the whole nuclear fucking drama about the hex tech shares. There's like, oh my god, Riot is doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down. Dante's made a video about everybody was talking about. But I just watched tier lists. I watched like the LL replays. I watched like Tryndamere 1 trade guide. All this kind of stuff, right? So it really depends on the spectrum of the content you want to consume as a viewer. If you want to watch drama content, there's 100% gonna be drama content for you guys to watch. So yeah. Everybody right now play HSR was so easy until HSR. I would feel that HSR at this point, if you are trying to play as a brand new player, you can't just be like, okay, let me just press the fun button nowadays. Yeah, because it has been out for 2 years and they're gonna be scaling. It's kind of like Genshin Impact, because there's been this saying that Genshin Impact is also very easy, right? I don't think it was super easy for my account. Like, I started Genshin Impact 4 years late, and I played. Even though I pulled for like units, I don't think it was super easy because I actually have to like dodge and like fucking use bloom and like make all the stuff happen. It's just always the feeling of how quickly do you start in a gacha game, and it's kind of the same. Whereas like unlike like League or like WoWs, you don't really have that because everyone starts at the same place. Doesn't matter if you start now or like 10 years later, you will always start at the same progression. But it's not really the same for gacha games because it's a live service, so they always tailor the end game to the players that have played since day one. So it's just a little bit unfortunate in that way. Nino Bloom. Yep. Okay, but chat, that was a very interesting, thought-provoking video. I'm glad that we had this. I feel like it was a pretty healthy conversation. All right, we haven't really talked about this kind of stuff for a while because we've always been gaming nowadays. But it's good. It's good to talk about it. I think it's pretty good to talk about it. It takes at least 7-8 months to get all the credits to get at least here, and that is W Live. No Zenless zones, which you just uninstall. It's never that deep. Genshin Impact is for the first 7 months until you get a good relics. Shut up, chat. Ooh. Only stuff we can have is story presentation of less luxury. You know what's crazy? I would love for the story to be cinema. Like cinema as story. Cinema storytelling and cinema everything, right? If Honkai Star Rail, let's just say Honkai Star Rail has the best cinematic storytelling experience and story in the whole world. If their end game was not based on a format similar to the one that we're playing now, I probably wouldn't stick with it. It's sort of the same for like other gacha. I think like Nikkei has a really good story. I played Nikkei. I played through the very first chapter 1. Rest in peace, Modania, right? The whole gameplay, the gear, everything, it was very, very nice, right? A lot of gear, a lot of Deikais, holy Gunner game for Nikkei. But at the end of the day, it is basically almost like a, or at least in my experience when I was playing Nikkei, I played up until the Chainsaw Man collab. It was just an AFK game, and then you have PvP to shoot your best units. And then you have to get your dupes and Aerodine, limit break and everything. So the gameplay loop was just not for me. Doesn't really matter if the quality of life, the events, the story was good. The gameplay loop just wasn't for me. So, yeah. I mean, it's great, but it's not the deal breaker. And I feel like the whole thing of, oh my god, Honkai Star Rail story is unplayable, whatever. If that was the deal breaker for you, like if you're playing the game just for the story, watch an anime. You know what I'm saying? Watch an anime, read a book, watch a manga. I think like you really need to see like what is your objective of playing this specific set medium of entertainment, right? If your goal was to have a good ass story in a gacha game, yo, it's a little bit cooked, right? It's a little bit cooked, right? And if you're playing gacha games to goon, I think that is also fair. But then there are like, you know, there are like H and N and E and yeah, you know? Yep, absolutely. Okay, yep. Anyways, right, and I feel like I'm gonna get clipped. I feel like someone's gonna clip something out of context. Somebody's gonna fucking send it to Tecton or whatever, and then we're gonna cancel again.
A few moments later.
Somebody's gonna fucking send it to Tecton or whatever, and then we're gonna cancel again.